Hi everyone, today we're going to do a flex band workout. So you're going to grab your blue ball for between your knees and whatever head support you need for underneath your head. When we're sidelined, you can use a stability cushion or you can use a big pillow. And you also want to find something that you can tie your flex band to. Okay, whether it be a doorknob or a table leg, you want to have something close to that later on in the class. So when you're ready, you're going to bring the flex band and wrap it, try to have it spread along your back so it's nice and broad. You're going to spread it at the back of the ribs, and then you're going to wrap it across the front of the rib cage, and you're going to lie down, okay? You're going to put the blue ball between your knees. You want your feet sitting more width apart. Okay, so you're holding that there, band nice and taut across those ribs. Those elbows can be rested on the floor. Okay, as we're here, we're just going to start with your breathing. Just before we do that, you want to make sure you're neutral. So your hip bones and your pubic bone should be level. There's a small space in your lumbar spine. You're weighted to the rib cage and open and broad through the bottom. You're going to pull across in that bend. And when you're ready, you're going to inhale. And as you inhale, you're going to focus the breath into the back of the rib cage. You're going to feel yourself expand, putting pressure on that band to breathe in. And then doing a forced exhalation through pursed lips. You're directing that breath right up to the ceiling. Inhale, breathing into the back of the ribs. Forcing your exhalation. Strength wrapping to hug. Again. Inhale, breathing into the back of the ribs. Forcing your exhalation. Two more. Inhale, breathing into the back of the ribs. Doing that expansion. 3-dimension, forcing that exhalation. Feel a wrapping and a hugging of the spine. One more. Breathing into the back ribs, forcing that exhalation. When you're ready, you can uncross that band. You're just going to hook your thumb around the TheraBand and reach those arms straight up to the ceiling. So you choose how much tension you want. Now, as your arms are up to the ceiling, you want to make sure your shoulder blades are drawing down the sides of the body and we're weighted through the rib cage. You're going to inhale here, breathe into the back ribs again. You'll feel that pressure on the flex band. On your exhale, you're going to squeeze that ball gently with the top of those inner thighs. Inhale as you release that pressure, breathing into that band. Exhale to squeeze that ball with the top of those inner thighs. Inhale as you release that pressure. Exhale to squeeze that ball with the top of those inner thighs. Inhale as you release that pressure. One more. Exhale to squeeze that ball with the top of the thighs. You're going to maintain that pressure here. You're going to inhale. Breathing into the back ribs as you reach those arms up to the center of your shoulder blades, protract. So feel the tip of the shoulder come down around. And then exhale, allow the flex band to pull you back to neutral. Inhale, reaching from the pinky line of the arm up to protract. And then exhale, allow the band to pull you back to neutral. Inhale, reaching up to protract. Exhale, back to neutral. One more. Inhale, reaching up to protract. Exhale, back to neutral. You're going to tighten up the muscles between the shoulder blades, letting that TheraBand pull you down slightly to retract. And then exhale to release and widen back up. You're going to keep the weight of the ribs as you draw your shoulder blades slightly together to retract. And then release to widen back up. Again, draw your shoulder blades slightly together to retract. Exhale, widen back up. Draw your shoulder blades slightly together to retract. Keep that ball lightly squeezed with those inner thighs. Widen back to neutral. One more. Draw the shoulder blades slightly together to retract. And then widen back up. You're going to maintain that reach up the ceiling. Then the reach coming from the back line of the arm. On your exhale, you squeeze up all of those inner thighs. You're going to pull the belly down as you lift as much weight out of the right foot as you can without letting anything change. Inhale, put the weight back in. Exhale, squeezing that ball, reaching those arms up, using that squeeze to lift weight out of the left foot. Inhale, put the weight back in. Exhale, squeeze that ball. Shrink wrap those abs. Pull the belly to find to lift the weight out of the right foot. Inhale, putting the weight back in. Exhale. Shrink wrap. Pull the belly to find to squeeze to lift the weight out of the left foot. Inhale, putting the weight back in. Again, exhale. shrink back, pulling the belly button to lift the weight out of the right foot. Inhale, put the weight back in. Again. Shrink back, squeezing that ball to lift the weight out of the left foot. Inhale, put the weight back in it, one more each side. Exhale, shrink back, pulling the belly button in to lift the weight out of the right foot. Inhale, putting the weight back in it, one more. Shrink back, squeezing that ball, pulling the belly button to lift the weight out of the left foot. And then return it back down. You're going to release those arms back down by your side. And you're going to shorten the flex down on the thumb. Okay, so you're going to keep those arms reaching straight up to the ceiling. Okay, you're going to think about the elbows are reaching towards your knees. So if you want, you could even put toning balls underneath your elbows. Your elbows would prop up and you wouldn't go down to let the shoulder round. Okay, that's always an option. You want to be long to the back of the arms. You want to be aware of your shoulder blades. Okay, we did our protraction and our retraction first. Now keep those shoulder blades stable. When you're ready, you're going to feel the shoulder blades draw down the back as you reach those arms straight up to the. You're only reaching up as far as you can before you feel the shoulder one around. And then you're going to inhale, reach those elbows towards the knees as you control it back down. Feel the back of the arm get longer. Wrap that core as you reach those arms straight up to the ceiling. Without letting the shoulders round forward, so you can draw it across the collarbone. Inhale, controlling the return back. Exhale to reach. Wrapping through the core, reaching those arms straight up. And then inhale, controlling back down. Keep those arms reaching towards your hips there. Elbows are reaching hips as you return down, so you don't let the shoulders elevate. Reaching up in your exhale. Inhale, returning back down, keeping the length of the back legs. Shrink out those abs as you reach up. Inhale, returning back in. The back arms get longer as you reach up. Controlling back in. Again. Controlling back down. Let's do 3 more. Keeping the shoulder blades still on your back, keeping those abs nice and active. One more time. You're going to stay here. You're going to draw little tiny circles of 1. Circling 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. Keep that ball squeezed between the knees. 7. 8. 9. 10. Circle the other direction with those fingertips. 1. 2. 3. 4. That's space in the shoulder joint. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. And lower back down. Good. Okay, you're going to lift your hips up. Okay, you're going to bring the TheraBand underneath your pelvis and grab it between your legs. You take the blue ball out and put it to the side. And you're going to lift your right leg up to tabletop next. So you're going to use those abs to lift the leg up. You're going to bring your arms to a 90-degree angle here. Okay? So you're going to use the tension of the TheraBand to help activate the hamstring to extend the leg away from the hip. So when you're ready, you're going to circle that knee. So let's go into hip flexion to come up. Open through the glutes, open the back of the hamstring down, and use your adductor to circle in. So you're going to circle that thigh bone. As you pull this leg away from you, don't let those hands go with you. So try and keep that bicep flexion as you circle. So we should feel the back of the thigh. As I push my leg away, I don't want to push from the knee and press forward in front hip. I want to pull from the back of that thigh. We're going to do 10 circles. Keep the pelvis nice and still. 5, let's call that. 6, keeping those abs nice and tight. 7, 8, 9, 10. Other direction. Going from the top of the back thigh to extend away. Open out. And fold through the psoas. 2. Keeping the opposite knee still. 3. 4. 5. As I pull my thigh away, I feel a nice opening in that hip. 6. Also feel my biceps working. 7. A little bonus. 8. 9. 10. Good. You're going to lower that leg down. Same thing on the other side. So wrap it through the other leg. When you're ready, you're going to use your abs as you drag that leg up to tabletop. Okay? You're going to stay here. You're going to circle in and up, out and down. 1. Holding to the psoas line. Open out through the glutes. Back of the hamstrings. Press down. Adductor pulls you in. 2. Make sure you're not just pressing the knee away. Pull from the back side to press away. 3. 4. Keep that opposite knee still. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. Other direction. Back thigh pulled around. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 1 more. 10. And lower it back down. Good. Nice, you guys. Okay, we're going to take that flex pen out. Let's just go into your hip roll next. You're going to bring your feet together and move them away from your sitting bones, okay? We're going to do an imprint and release first. You're going to reach those arms up to the ceiling. You're going to inhale, breathe into the back of the rib cage. On your exhale, you're going to narrow your waistline. Now draw the belly button in, pulling those ribs and hips towards one another. Everything draws down with that drain. And then you're going to inhale as you lengthen back to neutral. You're going to do that again. Exhale to shrink back. Narrow the waistline, drawing the belly button in, pulling those ribs and hips towards another imprint. And then inhale as you lengthen back to neutral. Last one. Exhale to shrink back. Narrow the waistline, draw the belly button, pulling those ribs and hips towards another imprint. And then inhale as you lengthen back to neutral. Okay, you're going to take your head support out from underneath your head. Let's actually tie those legs together. So you want to have your legs together when you're tying them. So have your legs right together. You just wrap it around only once. You're just going to pull that through and tie it. And then you're going to widen those feet. Okay, so you're going to widen those feet so they're hip distance apart. So you can feel how they're wanting to pull your legs in. You have to actually keep them out, keep the knees strapped in your feet. You're going to reach your arms straight up, something which is going to help activate those glutes a little bit more. You're going to inhale, breathe into the rib cage. On your exhale, you're going to narrow your waistline. You're going to imprint your spine with those abs. Now engaging glutes and hamstrings as you slowly roll up. Peeling the pelvis and spine all the way off the floor, one vertebrae at a time until the weight between the shoulder blades. You're going to inhale, hold it here. And then on your exhale, you're going to slowly roll back down, pulling the sitting bones towards the heels as you articulate your spine back down through your imprint, lengthening back to neutral. You're going to inhale here. On your exhale, you're going to narrow your waistline. Imprinting your spine. You're going to engage glutes and hamstrings and slowly roll up. One vertebrae at a time, all the way to the weight between the shoulder blades. You're going to inhale, hold it here. And then on your exhale, you're going to slowly roll back down. Through your imprint, lengthening back to neutral. We're going to do that again. You're going to inhale here. Can you feel those glutes are nice and active? Keep those legs stable. Exhale to narrow the waistline. Imprinting your spine. Engaging glutes and hamstrings to roll up. We're gonna stay at the top here. You're gonna pulse that pressure down to those heels. So don't think about pressing the pelvis up and down. Keep the pelvis able and press those heels down. You're gonna press those heels down for 1. Feeling the front of that hip line open as you press down. 2. Pulsing that pressure down. 3. 4. Feeling the front of that hip line almost wanna open up as you press down. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. You're gonna transfer as much weight into the right heel as you can for 10. 9. 8. Don't let your tail wag. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. 1. Minimize your shift into the left heel for 10. 9. 8. 7. 6. 5. Keep the shoulders drawing down away from the ears. 4. Abs are nice and tight. 3. 2. 1. Back to the center. Into the right again for 5. 4. 3. Don't let that hip push out. 2. 1. Back through the center into the left for 5. 4. 3. 2. 1. Make sure you're not pressing towards it. Keep pulling towards your sit bones and heels together. And now slowly roll back down through your imprint, lengthening back to neutral. Good, you're gonna untie that there then. Okay, we're gonna go into our ab preps next. So you're going to, you can either fold it in half here, okay, so you have a little bit more tension, or you can just have just one thickness of it, it's up to you. Okay, so you're gonna make kind of a sling for your head. So you're gonna lie down on your back. Okay, grab the ends of the TheraBand. You're going to make that sling for the center of the head there, and you're going to pull those elbows around. So watch my wrist here. I want to make sure that my wrists aren't broken, but my wrists are straight. I'm looking for a 90-degree angle. So I want to feel my shoulder blade draw down, the back of my arm get longer. Okay. So you're going to be looking straight at the ceiling, shoulders drawing down away from the ears. You're going to close the front of the ribs. My pelvis is in neutral. Okay, I want to keep that 90-degree angle. So as I go to curl up, I don't want to change and extend my forearm. I want to keep that 90-degree angle and curl into flexion, feeling the back of my arm get longer. So when you're ready, you're going to inhale, very slightly just take your gaze down to feel the length in the back of the neck. On your exhale, you're going to close the front of the ribs. You're going to go down, keep your head heavy. So your head only lifts because your arms are lifting it. You're going to curl up into flexion. Now look at the angle of my arms. I'm not here, right? But I'm lengthened up. Okay, my head is dropped back to my TheraBand. I'm weighted through the tailbone. I'm in my active neutral belly button flat. That's fine. And then I'm going to feel the back of my arms get longer as I lower to touch. My head, you're going to inhale, lengthen the back neck. Close the front of the ribs. You're going to draw together and down. Lifting the upper back. You're going to stay here for 5. Breathing into the back ribs, so the back arms nice and long. 4. Head is heavy in those hands. You should be feeling those triceps, not those forearms. 3. 2. If you feel the forearms, you're pressing your hands away instead of reaching those elbows long. 2. 1. Feel the back arms get longer. As you lower touch, you're going to do that again. Inhale, drop your gaze down slightly. Close the front of the ribs, draw down, lifting the upper back. We're going to stay here for 10. Head is heavy in those hands. 9. Do the back arms reach out long. 8. 7. 6. Head is heavy. 5. 4. 3. 2. 1. Feel the back arms get longer as you lower touch. You're going to do that again. Inhale, drop your gaze down slightly. Close the front of the ribs. Ribs go together and down, lifting the upper back. You're going to stay here for 10. You should be feeling those triceps by now. 9. 8. Head is heavy in those hands. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. 1. Feel the back arms get longer. We're going to do one more set, adding your single leg lift. Inhale, drop your gaze down slightly. Close the front of the ribs. Even here, those triceps are active. Ribs draw together and down, lifting the upper back. Now you're going to stay here without letting anything change. Pull the belly button, take as much weight on the right foot as you slowly drag it up to tabletop. Keep that active flexion, keep the belly button pulled in front of you, slowly lower back down. Minimize your shift, take weight on the left foot as you slowly drag back to tabletop. And then slowly control back down, minimize your shift. Control back down. So as you're placing your left foot down, start to take the weight out of your right foot if you can. The leg feel heavy, keep the head cradled in those hands. You don't feel any tension in the neck. There's lots of triceps and abs. Minimize your exhale as you drag up last set. Actually, let's do one more each side. Keep that active flexion. And then you're going to curl up a little bit higher as you lower that left leg down, and then feel the back arms get longer as you lower to touch. Excellent. Okay. You're going to slide the head support back underneath your head. We're going to do one more exercise here. Okay. So you want your TheraBand spread if you can, and you're going to wrap it behind the back of your right foot. I'm going to slide up so you can see a little bit more of it. Okay, so I'm going to wrap it behind the back of my right foot, and I want it to be covering the top of my toes here too. I'm going to then bend my elbows again to a 90-degree angle. This is if you want those toning balls underneath, so you don't have to hold the arms up, but you can rest the elbows. Okay, so my leg is at 90. Okay, I want to feel the back of my arms are long, so I feel the connection underneath my armpits. When I'm ready, I'm going to exhale, press from the back of my thigh to extend my right leg straight away from me, which is going to create tension on that TheraBand, so you're going to have to try not to let your arms move with you. And then you're going to use your abs to drag the leg back in. Now, what you want to watch is the tracking of the knee. Pressing away. Watch that tracking. Think about your leg is extending past the TheraBand, and then use your abs to pull it back in. So extend through the shadow of where your leg would extend to. And then using your arms to pull it back in. Again, put the back there and place them long. Watching the track of the knee as it goes out. And then use your abs to come back. So reaching through the heel as you extend out. So even though it doesn't have the contact with the TheraBand, you want to think about initiating from that heel because it'll help you initiate from the back of the thigh. So let's call this one 5. Using your arms to pull back in. Again. 6. Using your arms to pull back in. 7. Bring it back in. 8. Bring it back in. 2 more. 9. Bring it back in. Last one, you're going to keep that leg long. 10. You're going to keep that leg long. You're going to lift the leg straight up to center. So the thigh bone drop into the hip socket. Keep the weight in the tailbone. You can grab the TheraBand up a little bit higher if you want here. And then you're going to use the back of the legs to lower back down. Again, inhale the hinge come up. As your toe draws towards your head, reach the back of the thigh towards the end of your mat. And then slowly lower back down. Lifting up, folding the hips, drop into the hip socket to come up. And then use the back of the thigh to lower back down. 3. Lifting it up. Exhale. 4. Only as low as you can, keeping the belly on the flat twin. Lifting up, dropping into that hip socket. Exhale, press down. 5. Inhale to lift up. Exhale, press down. 6. Lifting to come up. Exhale, press down. 7. Lifting to come up. Exhale, press down. 8. 2 more. Lifting, dropping to the hip. 9. 1 more. Now you're gonna stay here. So grab a little higher than the TheraBand and just drop those elbows down so the weight of it can pull you into that nice stretch. Now you're going to articulate your foot. You're going to articulate arch and then toes to point. That's why you want the toes wrapped around the TheraBand. Then you're going to pull the toes back and arches to flex. Articulate arch and toes to point. Pull the toes and arches back to flex. Arch and toes to point. Pull the toes and arches back to flex. Arch and toes to point. Pull the toes and arches back to flex. Arch and toes to point. Pull the toes and arches back to flex. Arch and toes to point. Pull the toes and arches back to flex. 2 more. Arch and toes to point. Pull the toes and arches back to flex. Arch and toes to point. Pull the toes and arches back to flex. Let's do 1 more. Arch and toes to point. Pull the toes and arches back to flex. And just pull that leg up a little bit higher to give yourself a nice little hamstring check. Breathing into the back of the ribs. 1 more breath here. Then you're going to bend that knee and you're going to straighten the leg out on the mat and just straighten that other leg. Feel a big difference from one side to the other. Okay, when you're ready, you're going to repeat on the other side. So you're going to bend your right leg so the foot is flat on the floor. Wrap the TheraBand right around the back of that foot and then bend those arms to bring your arms to a 90-degree angle. Okay, keeping the weight in the tailbone. When you're ready, you're going to press from the back of the thigh to extend that leg out 1. And then using your abs to pull it back in. Pressing up from that heel line to extend that leg out 2. Watching the tracking of that knee, using your abs to come back. Keep that stable leg. So your right leg stable. Don't let it wobble around as you press out 3. Control your back in. So the back arms get longer as you press and extend out 4. Drag it back. 5. Use your abs to come back. 6. Slowly coming back. 7. 8. 2 more. 9. Last one. 10. You're going to keep that leg long. You're going to inhale, hinge the hips, come straight up, dropping into that hip socket, and then use the back of the thigh to lower it down 1. Inhale, hinge come up. So the thigh will drop into that hip socket as you reach your toe towards your head, and then use the back of that thigh to pull back down 2. Inhale, hinging to come up. Back that thigh, press down 3. Inhale, hinging to come up. Exhale, press in the back of the thigh down 4. Inhale, hinging to come up. Exhale, pressing through the back of the thigh 5. Controlling the way up. Exhale, 6. 7. 8. 9. 1 more. 10. You're going to hold it up here. Now grab up that TheraBand a little bit higher and then just drop those arms down. So the weight of the arms pull against that TheraBand. You're going to articulate arches and toes to point. Pull the toes and arches back to flex. Ooh, that's tight. And arches. Toes to point. Pull the toes and arches back to flex. Again, arch and toes to point. Pull the toes and arches back to flex. arch, and toes to point. Pull the toes and arches back to flex. Arch and toes to point. Pull the toes and arches back to flex. Arch and toes to point. Pull the toes and arches back to flex. Arch and toes to point. Pull the toes and arches back to flex. Arch and toes to point. Pull the toes and arches back, flex one more. Arch and toes to point. Pull the toes and arches back, flex. And then just grab up a little bit higher, pull that leg and take a couple more breaths here. Breathing into that stretch. Whatever angle you're at. And when you're ready, you're gonna bend that knee and lengthen that leg. Just feel those legs feel more similar to each other now, nice and long and lengthened. Okay, and when you're ready, you're gonna come on up. Okay, next we're gonna go into some rotator cuff work for our shoulders. So I'm gonna get you to tie it at elbow height. You can tie it to a doorknob, you can tie it to a table leg, whatever you can find that is gonna be secure enough that you won't pull it over, okay? So you're going to tie, I'm going to just make it simple. I'm going to sit on one end. Okay, and I'm going to hold it with the other hand. So you're going to grab the hairband. You want your arms slightly in front of the seam of your shirt. So you're like so. Now, before you start, a lot of us will start to feel it in the front of the shoulder. So if you think about, if I'm holding your wrist, you want to pull the arm back, not from the elbow, but from the top of the back of the shoulder. So feel it set in the back of the shoulder joint. You're gonna hold that hairband in front, so pointing straight up from the elbow, and you're gonna not move the arm, but you're gonna pull the head of the horse back and the shoulders tucked. Now keep the elbow tucked inside as you exhale, bring the arm across the body, one, and then control it back up. So where you should feel the work is underneath the armpit. You'll feel a little bit in front of the bicep as well. Exhale as you bring your arm across the body, two, and then control it back up. Tuck that elbow into your side as you bring it across, three. Controlling back out. Now, be aware of where the weight is on your sit bones, or if you're kneeling on your knees, or if you're standing on your feet. Try and keep the weight equal between both. Four. Keep those abs nice and tight. Five. Projecting that breath straight forward. Six. 7. 8. 9. One more. 10. Good, you're gonna change hands. So you start with your arms straight up from the elbow. You don't want a lot of tension on it. You just don't want it slack. Now we're going to feel it in the back of the shoulder and on top of that shoulder blade. So what you're gonna do, same thing. Elbow slightly in front, think about gliding the head of the humerus back. Now you're going to think about if your hand is against a door, you're opening that door, you're just pressing it open. And then you're going to inhale as you return. So if you feel in the front of the shoulder, you got to glide that head of the humerus back even more and rotate open, two. And then controlling it back. 3. 4. 5. 6. It's like your elbows on a pin. It's just rotating. 7. Maybe a pin isn't the exact image you want to use. 8. 9. One more, you should be burning in the back of that shoulder. 10. Excellent. You're going to repeat the same thing facing the other direction. Okay, so you're going to turn around. Now you're going to have your elbow right into your side here. Okay, you want your shoulder blades flush on your back. So again, glide the head of the humerus back. On your exhale, abs are tight. Keep the weight equal between your sit bones as you bring your arm across the body. 1. And then control back up. So So you don't want to get your shoulder blade wing here, right? You want to keep it flat as you exhale, bring the arm across body 2. And bring it back. You want to feel the work underneath that armpit. Squeeze the elbow as you bring it across 3. And back. 4. So get nice and tall, abs are on. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. Good, you're gonna change arm, same thing. So again, start with it right in front of your elbow. You want to glide the head of the humerus back. Now again, keeping the shoulder blade still in space as much as you can. You're gonna rotate inside that shoulder socket. Open that arm out 1. Try not to change your wrist. Keep thinking about opening from the back of the head as you rotate in that shoulder 2. You don't want to let the shoulder blade come in towards the spine. Keep the width of the back as you rotate 3. You know, feel on the back of the shoulder and on top of that shoulder blade. Keep going equal between the sit bones 4. Nice and tall to the spine. Back of the hands opening 5. 6. 7. 8. Turning in that shoulder, 2 more. 9. Last one. 10. Good. Okay, that should be lots of work. Okay, next we're going to do some rotation in our hip. We're going to do our clamshell with some extra resistance. So you're going to tie your knees together. Okay, you don't want to wrap the TheraBand around a bunch of times. Get your head support ready. Okay, because we're going to lie on your side. Whatever head support you need for your side lunge. And you're going to tie those knees together. Just wrap it around once, but have it nice and taut. Okay, so when you're ready, you're going to lie on your side. So your shoulders are stacked, and you don't want to smush that bottom shoulder, and that helps keep our neutral, right? So we're broad the shoulders, we're active through the abs. Okay, your knees are bent up, your heels are in line with your seat. So when we go to open, what I don't want to imagine, this is my thigh bone. As I go to open my knee, I don't want to push forward. I don't want to drop the head of the humerus. I'm trying to rotate to lift the weight and open up. I don't want to drop down, which then makes you want to tuck your tail and press the pelvis forward, right? So you want to keep long through the spine. How I visualize it is I'm thinking about a hand inside my leg. I'm lifting up off that hand, and then I start to rotate. So I keep a little bit of that abduction. And then here I'm going to widen my sit bones and angle my knee back down to that internal rotation. So it's an internal rotation right now. You're going to lift to feel that abduction, and now space hold the head of the femur as you rotate open, spreading those sit bones. Make sure you don't tuck that tail. It should be a pinpointed spot in your seat, and then control it back down. Think about lifting that support from underneath, and then rotate open 3. And then control back down. So I find these days, if I'm really isolating properly, and I'm keeping the head of my femur, so I really don't need any extra resistance. So the range will get smaller, okay, with that extra resistance. And the more reps, it's going to fatigue quicker too. So it's okay if it keeps getting smaller and smaller. You just don't want to add extra muscle groups and change your form as you're rotating and lifting the leg. 5, let's call this one. Controlling back down, keep those hips nice and stacked. Lift weight and then rotate open 6. Keep those abs nice and tight, lifting to rotate open 7. lifting to rotate open 8. Lifting to rotate open 9. Lifting to rotate open 10. You're going to hold it here long through spine for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower. Good. Lots of work there. Okay, give yourself a little wiggle. Okay, keeping long through spine. When you're ready, you're going to lift that top leg up to knee height. You want your hip, knee, and ankle all in the same line. Now visualize you're sitting in the chair. So fold in the front of the hips to feel the thigh bones draw back in your seat. Now you should feel the whole top side of the seat. This is your glute med. You're going to stay here for 10. Long from your head to tail. Just relax your foot and ankle. 9, 8, 7. Keep those abs nice and tight. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You're going to bring it forward into a marching step. And then pull that thigh bone back, find a nice long line from your head to your heel. You're going to bring it forward into a marching step, spreading those hip bones, and then straighten it all the way back up. Keep that pelvis perfectly still if you can. Bring it forward into a marching step. Straighten it all the way up. 3. Your hip, knee, and ankle all stays in the same line. 4. 1 more. 5. You're going to keep that leg long. You're going to straighten your bottom leg. Now you're going to stay there. Keep those hips stacked. Wide sit bones. Keep plumping the seat as you circle that thigh bone. 1. Circling it. 2. 3. Keep those abs nice and tight. 4. You should be feeling burning in that seat. 5. Soften the top knee. Don't bend it a lot, but just soften it. 6. So you can really stir from the thigh bone and not your shin or ankle. 7, 8, 9, 10. Other direction. 1. Keep those abs nice and tight. Circle. Back and up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 1 more, 10, and lower. Good. Okay, nice, you guys. We're going to go to the other side. Same thing. Okay, so lying on your side. Shoulders are stacked, hips are stacked. We'll stretch the glutes at the end. Okay, so heels are in line with your sit bones. Waistline is supported. So you're going to think about, again, not dropping the head as being into the hip and tucking under, but think about wide sit bones. Think about the support from underneath side, so lifting the weight like your abducting, and then rotate open, keep the length of the head, and then controlling it back down. Lifting the weight, rotating open. 2. Control back down. Again, lifting the weight, rotating open. 3. Control it back down. Lifting the weight, rotate open. 4. Control it back down. Lifting the weight, rotating open. 5. Control it back down. Lifting the weight, rotate open. 6. Control it back down. Lifting the weight, rotate open. 7. Control it back down. Lifting the weight, rotating open. 8. Control it back down. Lifting the weight, rotate open. 9. Control it back down. 1 more. Lifting the weight, rotating open. 10. Now stay here long to spine for 5, 4. Keep those abs tight. 3. I think we only did to 5. 2, 1. If you did to 10, do 5 more. I'm sorry, I can't remember. And lower it down. Okay, when you're ready, waistline support, you're going to lift that top leg up. We did this one to 10, I know. Long to spine, feel like you're folding the front of the hips, wide to bones. Relax up an ankle for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, ooh, 5, 4, 3, oh my goodness, 2, 1. You're gonna bring it forward into a marching step, and then you're going to straighten it all the way a long line from your head to your heel. Head to your heel. You're gonna inhale, bring it forward into a marching step, and then straighten it all the way out 2. Bring it forward into a marching step, and straighten it all the way out 3. Bring it forward into a marching step, and straighten it all the way up 4. Forward into a marching step, and straighten it all the way up 5. Hold there, lengthen your bottom leg. Whew, okay, we can do this, you guys. Keep go down tight, circle that top leg 1. Keep the knee soft 2. Reach into the top head 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Other direction. 1. Ooh, backing up 2. Keep the pelvis still 3. Keep nice and plump in that seat. 4, 5. Don't drop it as you lower down. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and lower. Whew, great work, you guys. Okay, you're gonna untie. We're gonna do an active stretch today. Okay? You're gonna untie yourself here. And you're gonna go back onto the same side you were just on. Now you have a choice. You can lie directly on your side or you can be on your elbow. I'll show it on your elbow first. So if we're tight in the hips, it's easier to be on the elbow. It also gives you a nice stretch to the waistline. So you're right on your side, you're gonna bring the top leg forward. Okay, it's not too close. It's about a foot in front if you can. Okay, now you want to get right on that bottom hip. You're going to do exactly like you just did with your clamshell. So you're going to press down into this heel to rotate in that hip. And now this top sit bone is pulling down to that bottom inner thigh bone, and you're going to lift the bottom inner thigh for 1, and then release it back down. So you're using your adductor of your bottom leg, that rotation of your hip with the top leg. Press that heel down, rotate in that hip before you lengthen the bottom leg up 2. Now, if this feels okay, it'll be a little bit harder if you're lying down, harder in that rotation. So you can choose if you want to go down. Press into that heel, rotate down, lift the bottom leg up 3. Control back down. What I don't want to see is this tip, right? You want to keep the pelvis stable. You're returning the hip as you lengthen the bottom leg up 4. Control back down. Press that heel down, rotate that hip to lift up 5. Control back down. Press that heel down, rotate that hip to lift up 6. Control back down. Press that heel down, rotate that hip to lift up 7. Control back down. Press that heel down, rotating your lift up 8. Control back down. Rotate that hip to lift up 9. Control back down. 1 more. 10 and lower. Good. Okay, that side should feel a little looser. Same thing on the other side. So you can start on your elbows if you choose. You're going to bend that top leg forward. Just don't have it right into your seat. Bring it forward more, and then you can roll onto the hip. You're going to press down at that heel. Rotate, pulling the sit bone down towards the bottom thigh as you lengthen up 1. And then control back down. Press into that heel. Rotate to lift up 2. Control back down. Turning that top hip before you lift the bottom leg up 3. And back down. If you want to lie on your side, you may. You can hold on to that leg here if you need to. Press into that heel to rotate before you lift 4. Control back down. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. And release. Good, okay. You're gonna come on up, okay? And we're gonna come up into a lunge position. We're gonna put the hairband under the back foot, okay? We're gonna do some bicep curls next. So I need to just angle my camera up for you. Okay. So you're gonna put the flex band underneath your back foot, and then you're going to step through. Okay, so you're looking for a long line from your back heel to the top of your head. So I don't want you to torso up right here. I want you to pull those ribs and hips together. Now you're gonna grab the band. So you're gonna grab it like your hand goes through it and then curl. That's the easiest way to keep the wrist straight. Okay, so you're gonna grab the band, curl those wrists. Or sorry, curl into a fist. You're gonna bend into your front knee, finding that nice long line. You get a little bonus calf stretch of your back leg. If you can't keep that heel down, laterally rotate the leg. Okay, so you're gonna reach out through the top of the head. You're gonna feel the back of the arms get longer, reaching down your back leg as you bicep curl here, 1. And then slowly lengthen up. If you want to use a tighter TheraBand for this, you may. Long through the front of the hip. 2. Control back. Now, as you bicep curl, you want to make sure you don't sink in. So you're really reaching through the top head at the same time. 3. Control it back. 4. Control it back. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 1 more. 10. Good. You're gonna step back, change legs, and come forward. Now you're gonna grab it so you're in a hammer curl. So your thumbs are up here. Bend into your front knee again. Find a nice long line from your back heel to the top of the head. Feel the back of the arm get longer as you bicep curl here. 1. Slowly lengthen. Keeping steady in your front foot. 2. Control that length. 3. 4. Reach out through the top of the head the whole time. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 1 more. 10. Good. You're going to switch. So step forward. You're going to put the TheraBand in the front leg. Again, find your lunge. Now, you can wrap it around your wrist if you want. You can just hold it up to you. But you're going to bend into your front knee. Again, long line from your back heel to the top of the head. Pull those elbows up and back. Don't let the shoulders round forward as you do so. Reach those elbows back and out. So you're going to keep your upper arm stable. As you extend your arm, you don't want to drop the elbow down. You're going to keep your elbow where it is. And you're going to extend back to those triceps to 1. Control that bend back in. Keep those abs nice and tight as you extend back. 2. And bend. 3. Good. Keeping those abs nice and tight. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 1 more. 10. Keep those long arms and pulse up. 1. Back of the arm pulses. 2. 3. 4. Try not to pinch those shoulder blades. 5. 6. Keep those abs tight. 7. Wrist straight. 8. 9. 10. And come back forward. Change your front leg. You're going to repeat exactly that. Bend into your front knee. Reach your back leg long. Square yourself off. You're going to pull those elbows up and back. Reaching from your back heel to the top of the head. Extend those arms back. 1. Bend back in. Just don't drop those elbows. You extend back. 2. Keep those abs nice and tight. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. Reaching through the top head. 9. 1 more if you were going to those pulses. 10. Pulse it back. 1. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and return. Good. Okay. Nice, you guys. We're going to go back down to line. We're going to go into your roll-ups, okay? So you're going to angle your camera down, grabbing whatever head support you need for underneath your head. Okay? So you're going to wrap the TheraBand around the foot. Okay, so the TheraBand's going to help you come up. Okay? So when you're ready, your arms are slightly lifted. You're going to inhale, nod your chin to lengthen the back of the neck. On your exhale, you're going to slowly start to curl. Then you're going to curl into a bicep curl that helps bring you up. Keep the belly button pulled back, flex those feet. And then you're going to curve all the way forward. So we're combining triceps and biceps as you pull the elbows behind you, extend back one time. Then bend those elbows, bring them back to that 90-degree angle, and roll back down. Now, if you still have a hard time coming up, you can bend those knees, okay? And you're going to inhale, nod your chin. As you start to curl up, you're going to straighten those legs with you before you reach over the legs and extend those arms back. So we're getting a nice stretch through those hamstrings, okay? And our back. So let's do that again. So when you're ready, you're going to inhale, drop your gaze down. Using your abs to start that curl. Now using those biceps to help you as you need. And then curve all the way over those legs. Reach the head towards your toes and extend those arms back, palms are facing each other. And now bend those elbows, roll back. Controlling with those abs all the way back down to lower. We're going to get 3 more times. Inhale, drop your gaze. Starting your bicep curl when you need. Rolling up, keep the belly button pulled back. Now curve all the way over those legs, pull those elbows behind you. Extend those arms straight back without letting the shoulders dip forward. And then bend those elbows, control your roll back, keep the belly button pulled in fine. Your initiation is pulling those abs in. And then lengthen the arms as you need. 2 more, inhale, drop your gaze. Using your abs to come up. Bicep curling as you need. Curve forward over those legs, extend those arms behind you. Bend those elbows. Roll back down, pull the belly button in. Lengthen those arms, 1. Nod the chin. Use those. Good. Curving forward, extend those arms and just stay there, stretch over those legs. Take 3 breaths. You need to lower your arms if you can. You can keep them extended back. 2, 3, and then roll it back up. Nice, you guys. Okay, we're going to line our stomach. We're going to do some extension. We'll do 1 set with our hands underneath our shoulders. And I'm just going to show you here. You're going to have a TheraBand laying across the top of the thigh, right under the seat. And you're going to walk your hands in as close together as they feel comfortable here. Okay, so right into the sides of the hip. Now, when we lengthen, come up, you're going to feel the shoulder blades draw down, and you're going to pull those arms apart. So it's like you're pulling your thumbs out. And what that's going to do is as you reach down, it's going to roll the shoulder and get you nice and open to the chest. So you're not pulling apart this way. You want to feel the shoulder roll up and around as you pull open. Okay? So you can have the head support for underneath your forehead so your nose isn't squished if you want. You're going to lie on your stomach and you're just going to rest the TheraBand across the back of the thighs right at the top so it's easy to grab. You're going to have your hands underneath your shoulders. Legs are long. When you're ready, we're going to do your breaststroke quick first. You're going to inhale, pull the belly button and spine, narrow those hips, close the front of the ribs. On your exhale, you're going to lead through the crown of the head to lengthen, lift your upper chest and head off the floor. You're going to inhale, hold it here, keep those abs nice and tight. And then reach your spine out longer to lower. Relax the shoulders. Inhale, draw the belly button and spine. Narrow those hips, close those ribs, lead through the crown of the head to lengthen. Hold it here for 5. So I always imagine I'm a worm inching forward on the sidewalk. 4. Keep those abs nice and tight. 3, 2, 1, and lower back down. 1 more. Pull the belly button into the spine. Gently drawing the shoulders down as you lead through the crown of the head to come up for 5, 4, 3, keep narrowing those hip bones, 2, 1, and lower back down. So grabbing that fair bend. Nice and close into your hips there. Palms are facing down. Okay, you're gonna inhale, pull the belly button into the spine. Narrow those hip bones, close those ribs, lead through the crown of the head. Reach your fingers down the back of your legs as you lengthen, and then pull those arms apart like you're pulling open a cake. Now make sure you're just not digging those ribs into where they're still close together. You're gonna inhale, hold it here, and then relaxing back forward. Inhale, pull the belly button spine, lead through the crown of the head, reach down and pull those arms apart. Keep those abs nice and tight there. And then lower back down. 2 more. Belly button and spine. Lead through the crown of the head, feel the shoulders right out. Hold the like a nice big tight cake. Inhale, hold it here. And then lowering back down. Last one. You could pretend you're a kite too, but it should be like a cake. You're going to inhale, pull the belly to the spine, leading through the crown of the head, reaching to come up. And you're going to stay here for 5, 4, for that wrapping up and around the shoulders, 3, 2, 1, and relax back down. Take that fair bend out, hands under your shoulders, open your legs to the width of the mat. We're going to end with 2 or 3 swan dives. Spiraling the legs together, pull the belly button as you lead through the crown of the head, coming up as high as you can before you need those arms. Now don't press back, press straight down and reach in front of the head to where the center of the wall meets in front of you. Only coming up as high as you can without changing the shoulder girdle down. So pressing the floor down, not pushing into your shoulders, hold it here. And then lowering elbows, chest, and head. Pulling the belly button into the spine, spread those legs as you lead through the crown. Continuing to come up, pressing into the heels and hands, zipping up those abs. Inhale, hold it there. And lowering elbows, chest, and head. Again, spiraling those legs. Pull the belly behind as you lead through the crown. Continuing to come up, squeezing those glutes as you get up here at the top. Hold it there. And then lowering elbows, chest, and head. You're going to pull back into your shell stretch. You're going to sit back towards your heels if it's fun, so you can sit right on here. Lifting your stomach off the thighs so you can actively tuck that tail around, get a nice stretch to the lower back. If it doesn't feel good to sit on your heels, you're going to round up into a cat stretch, and you're just going to push off your palms to pulse your weight back 1. You're not trying to sit down. You're tucking that tail under your palms back 2, 3, 4. So you get a nice active stretch in that bounce. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. One more here. 10, and return. Great work, everyone. I hope you enjoyed the workout today. Okay, and I will see you next week with something else. Thank you. Bye.